Check, 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 check. Evening, guys. Welcome to another HOR Season 12. We are at round 10 for an Australian Grand Prix and a sprint. Sprint of 10 laps after a short qualifying and 29 laps for a feature race after. We have 15 at the moment as well, which is pretty decent. 16's just joined. A few reserves. 3. It's nice to see that Tom's racing as well. Try and give Jensen and Leighton from last week in his debut did very well to give him a bit of a push as well. So we'll see how those guys can get on this week. Obviously, a sprint of 10 laps isn't a lot, so short qualifying positions will be needed here. Australia's always one for a little bit of rain at some point as well. Hopefully you guys don't get to see any, but it does make for a decent viewing as well. 2 secs, guys. Send this around quickly. Well, we just wait for people to ready up anyway. We've got 16 at the moment. I'll just run through the scorecard for leaderboard for everyone. Jensen is having issues joining. Evening, Rob. I will get to comment shortly. Let's just send Jensen an invite. In fact, I think I've just sent one to his old one, which won't help him at all. Oh, he's in. To 17. Adam's flickering anyway, so I think they're ready to go. I will find the leaderboard here. There's so many people in this leaderboard. A lot of reserves have been in here, and I think there's a decent amount of main drivers who are here. There's a couple of people who I don't know in here as well, so it'll be interesting to see where they go. Evening, Stephen. Is Stephen racing? That would have been nice. No, he's not. That's a shame. Stephen, why aren't you racing tonight, buddy? Right, before this starts, we'll just flick through the top 10 of this. Med TC's first on 212. Jensen, who now become full-time, he got first place last time, or podium, first place last time. He's on 171. Mr. Rage is in third on 151, and so is David Enchu, who got a podium last week as well. The races he has been in, he's been actually top 5 for the 7 races he's been in, so Mr. Rage and him definitely will be having a battle for that third place spot. Smalley's on 128. Zero is 6th on 119. Keke is on 118 behind. Missed the last 4 races. I didn't realise that until later on today, but They're in a chance. They're in a good place. Rob's 8th, top 10 every time, 5th last time out, and has a podium, which is it's pretty decent going by Rob actually. JNTEX is in 9th on 95. Pelly's in 10th on 91. I think Adam's racing tonight. He's 13th on 71. GFOG Max, and I've just seen the rain. GFOG Max is here. He's on 59 in 15th. Chris isn't here. No, he's not here. Oh, Chris is here, sorry. Chris is in 19th on 43 points. Chris Stapps is not here. Yes, he is. He's on 39 in 20th. Tom's only been here twice this season, but he raced a couple of races last season, and he was very quick then. It'll be interesting to see when these guys want to come out though, because it might get a bit drier, but it looks like it's going to be full wets. Let me go on to comments so I can realise if Stephen's replied to me and I've ignored him. Yeah, Stephen, why aren't you racing today? Rob thinks he's going to be the first to crush. Leighton will be the first out on track. Actually, no, he won't. Jay in Texas decided to go out first. He's on full wets, and he's almost... He's done well to just keep that off the grass and out the wall. Too tired. That's a lame excuse. Washed. Bless you. No, you go and relax, Stephen. Go and relax watching Netflix or something. Go and get your bear and cuddle up on the sofa. Oh dear. You try and catch these guys. It'll be a lot slower and easier for me to keep up with anyway. No, it's raining. Jay and Tix is really struggling on this outlap just to get some heat in the tyres and get the foot down. I will have to catch Rob's lap when he starts one. I know he loves the rain. I reckon he's got a lot of pace here. I wouldn't call you weird, Stephen, just different in a good way. We'll see how JNTech can get on though. He hasn't started his lap the greatest. In fact, he's lost all traction just trying to come out of it. We will flip to see how Leighton gets on down here. Why is the Bruce contact dried up? Bruce is currently chilled. He doesn't need his photo taken. You can get pictures of Bruce another day. In fact, I'll send you a couple tomorrow. I'll keep you happy. Anyway, Leighton didn't mess up his first, the last corner going onto the lap, so we'll see how he gets on in the wet through this first sector. Don't know if JNTech will stay on his lap or come out of it, but first sector of 31.9. Yellow flag sector 3, it might be someone around, Red Bull. Possibly Pelly. Hopefully the rain's not going to be dry, and hopefully it's not going to be dry either. We'll get a bit of dry in one of the sprints, or 51.7 through sector 2. You can see though, just by that, how little throttle he wanted to put down going through there. I don't like that corner. That right-hander is new and different. It didn't look like Leighton liked it either. He had a bit too much power down there. Hello Chris, evening Chris, doing a few laps of Britain. Hope you enjoy yourself, buddy. First lap anyway. Oh, JNTech's there, 134 dead. He had that weird sector, so Leighton's a 131.8 Adam's going around, he's in a wall, and his wheel is off, and I am glad I flicked to him at that stage. Leighton has also binned it as well. Looks like at turn 1. Jensen there's done a 1:31.1. That's a good lap from, he stopped already, given up. That's a good lap from Jensen there. He's got 7 tenths on Leighton, who's not going to be able to improve on that from here. I bet Stephen enjoyed seeing Adam's wheel come off there. We have an Aston Martin in front. I don't know if that's Rage just about to finish his lap. No, it's not. Evening, David. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Kristaps comes to the line now. 1:32.9. 1:32.9. He's slotted himself in third for now. Clarkey there's done a 1:32 dead. That's put him third for now. We'll see how Pelly's just finished the lap of 1:34.4. Liam, who I don't think I've seen before, but he's done a 1:33.5, so he slots himself in between them in fifth there. RJS12, I'm not sure who that is either. Where was Mr. Rage? Mr. Rage looked like he had a bad corner there coming out the last one, and this is going to be on a 1:34 dead. So a couple of these guys are struggling a little bit. There is a Haas coming to the line. There can't be, well, that might have been Jensen actually. He's just done the new fastest lap of a 1:30.2, so he's continued to go round. He's done a second lap. I'll flick up tyres for you guys. I missed that. Clarkey did his on the Inter actually, so that might have been a decent lap from Clarkey. It does look like it's drying up a little bit as well. It's definitely a lot heavier rain when we first started. Mr. Rage's lap there was on a intermediate as well, but he's a lot further down. In fact, he's 2 seconds behind Clarkey's lap, so being 8 tenths off Jensen on a different tyre, maybe it does look like it's going to dry up completely though. We'll flick to someone who is possibly on a lap, coming to the end. RJS12, he's on a full wet still. A lot of these people are now on intermediates. You can see it's drying up though. I see the McLaren just go out of the way there, it's nice. In fact, this lap's, so that's in the one, it's probably in 2 minutes. So I think he might even box. He's going to finish the lap and continue going round. There's a chance. I mean, Tom Day's just done a 1:30.2. I've missed that as well. He's on an intermediate tyre. Now, Tom had a lot of speed from the last games. JNTEX has done third there, 1:31.7, so it's definitely drying up. We will find someone who's on a... Sean Lowe's in the box, so that's not... Chris is on an out lap. We'll stick with Macho and then flick to Chris. The sprint, 100% David, there will be exciting things happening in the sprint. It's a very short race of only 10 laps, so a lot of things can happen. If there's rain, it's going to be interesting. Could be dry, someone might start on soft. Macho's going to put a time up here. He's on that intermediate. It's going to be a 1:31.3, 1:31.3. He's gone fourth for now. David Enshew's stuck it in between Tom and Jensen there as well with a 1:30.2. He's on the Inter as well now. JNTX's time there on the wet looks pretty decent actually. We're going to flip to Chris. He's only invalidated his lap. How's Rob getting on? We did say we're going to see Rob's lap because it was raining, but he didn't come out straight away. He's waiting for it to cool down a bit. But this is going to be a 1:33.9. He's done 11th. Might have taken a bit more fuel. Could a P0 driver win tonight? I mean, if Mr. Rage technically did race next week, JNTX looks like he's got the best chance at the moment with that lap on the wet tyre. Unless Rob's just double bluffing us with a bit of fuel in his car. Macho has moved up there to 1:31.3, I believe. Chris has invalidated this lap as well. We try and find someone. RJS is up by 3.5 tenths. We need to find probably maybe a second. Is Rob in front of this? Rob is in front of this and he's on another lap. We'll get his sexy times here. Yellow flag, sector 3. It's probably someone just Rob's boxing, that's fine. RJS is still on that wet compound. It looks like it's more or less stopped raining almost. They're going to continue round though. Sean Larry's on an out lap. Liam's now on an inter. That's it, David, you tell him. Someone has to sometimes. He likes getting a bit giddy. David Entry there, 1:28.7. That's on his 4th lap of intermediate, so people are definitely finding time around here while it's drying up. We may even see a dry compound of tyre coming into the last few minutes. Liam here, 2.5 seconds up. It will put him up with the Jensen and Tom and Macho here, so guys. Still 2.5 seconds. The last corner is always difficult. In the rain it must be even harder. You can't get your foot down at all. It's going to improve though to a 1:29.7. He's found 3.7 seconds. Jensen's just gone on pole there with 1:28.3. He's found a hell of a lot of speed as well. We try and find someone else who's coming to the end of their lap. Ferrari is on a invalidation. Kristaps is coming around the last corner as well. GFO G-Max didn't get a lap in there. He's done 1 lap, but we will go and check him after. Kristaps a 1:29.6. He's moved 3rd at the moment. These times are going to definitely come down. Sean Larry on his 1st lap. We'll keep with him actually because he has shown some pace this season as well. Almost looked invalidated that on that curb, but he got away with it. I think Macho improved there as well to a 1:29.9. He puts himself 5th, and now there are a few cars who are coming over the line. I think one might be Clarkey. Clarkey improved to a 1:28.5. He's gone 2nd at the moment. Macho's just finished his lap. He's gone to a 1:28.2. He's gone on pole for now. Trying to see who else was finishing before the Merc, but Sean Larry's gone 5th. He's done a 1:29.0, sorry. And in fact, someone's just pushed him down to 6th. I think Mr. Rage there just did a 1:28.7. GFO G-Max was his 1st lap now. He's gone in a 1:28.9. So these times are getting down to the 1:28. No one as of yet has even thought about that tyre, but with it still slightly raining, I don't think they'll get a chance to use it. Rob's in front of Jay. He's on an invalidated lap though. Leighton and Adam had already binned it, and in fact Med TC's not going to get a lap in, and JN Tech's almost put his car in a wall and almost didn't finish this lap. I don't think he'll be up. Chris Owens through in the pit. RJS is still going around on that wet tyre. Invalidation. Sean Larry up here by quite a bit. Macho's just done a 1:27.1, so he's gone pole for now. I think he just beat his previous lap. That was his 5th lap on that Inter. Sean Larry's going to improve here as well. This could be in the 127s as well. It's a 128.0. He took almost a second off his lap there. He's gone third. Mr. Rage is in the 127s though. 127.6. He's just put himself on second. We'll go to see how Clarky's getting on now. He's on his third lap. There's a lot of cars behind these. David Entry's an out lap. The Aston Martin is going to be Oswald. Chris Duck's coming to the end of his lap. He's on an invalidated lap, so he's stick on with Clarky. David Entry's coming into the last corner. I don't think he's up on his time though. He's going to be going on to a lap. And the Haas is Jensen. I think he's coming to the end of he's going to start a lap as well. So we'll go from Clarky. See how David Entry's getting on after. Rain is still coming down ever so slightly, but it doesn't look dry enough. I don't think many people a lot of people are going to come out the pit now, try and get their last lap in. Clarky goes pole there with a 126.7. He's down into the 126s, so that's definitely a very good lap to try and get to on here. Jensen's already a second up almost on his first sector. Needs to find another one actually. Whoa, another 6/10. Both of the McLarens are coming to the end of their lap. In fact, Macho's the next. I think he's going in the box. It's going to be pretty tight actually with just over a minute left. See where these guys can get to. Chris Dax is he's gone third there with a 127.4. Macho's couldn't get another lap in. He might be pushed down quite a bit here if other people can get their laps in. I don't know if that's Liam just starting. No, it wasn't. It was his teammate. David Entry there, just starting a lap as well. Will might have fallen off. Oh no. Oh, yours? Oh no, I didn't see it. Jensen there's done a 125.6. So he's got on pole there by over a second. I know something, the weather helps here right at the end. If you can get over that line and get onto your last lap right near the end, it definitely will help. But at the moment, 1.1 seconds is massive. Liam there, 127.1. He's gone into fourth. Sean Larry's up on his time by quite a bit here. He could get into a 126. Yeah, it's 126.4. He's gone second for now. Clarky's gone a 126.7 as well. Chris Allen's done a 126.2. That's the closest time to Jensen we've got so far. He puts himself up into second. Possibly, no, he won't have another lap now. He's just turned round. See how these guys get on towards the end. Chris Dax will be the first one. He's up by another half a second as well. He could be in the 126s here. 126.6. He's got on fourth. That's a great effort from Chris Dax at the moment. See if he can stay there. We've got an Alpha Taurus. David Entry, he's up by 1.5 seconds. This could be down in the 126s, I think. 125.3. That is a great lap. A 125.3. J-Intex will be the next one to cross the line, I believe. Jensen's done 3.5 tenths on Jensen. That's a great lap from David Entry, that is. J-Intex here to get into the 126 flat. He's got on second, so third, sorry. He's moved up into third. I think this is no, he's boxed. I think that might be Clarky actually. He's coming. Clarky just invalidated off that last corner, I believe. Tom is up by a long way, and so he should be. He's back on a 130 at the moment. Thank you, David, for that very a 124.1. that's a different kind of lap. That is another 1.2 seconds. Sean Larry's not going to do a lap. Chris Allen isn't on a lap either. I think that is quali over. Sean Larry's out of fuel, so he won't be doing a lap. driving. He's next to an AI car anyway. That's all right, buddy. I understand. Well, I mean, you've already seen Adam's wheel come off. We didn't get to see Rob Bennett, but starting at the back, I mean, from there he can only lose 2 places, so he's going to have the best start this season that he's had so far. Macho, who couldn't get that lap in at the end in the box, he's actually been bumped down to 10th in the end there. Sean Larry's just trying to finish the lap. There we go. You're getting old, Stephen. That's what happens when you get old. You start sleeping in the day. Anyway, Tom got pole there by 1.1 seconds. It definitely dried up towards the end. David Enchu's second. Jensen will be on the second row in third. GFO G-Max was fourth. He had GFO G-Max had a good start last time. It'd be interesting to see where he can get off the line from fourth. Gentex is in fifth. Chris Allen's sixth. Sean Larry seventh. Chris Stapps is eighth. Clarkey ninth. Macho's in 10th. Liam is 11th. Mr. Rage is 12th, Pelly is 13th, RJS 12 is 14th, Leighton will be 15th. That's a interesting one, but obviously he binned it, so he couldn't improve. Rob will be 16th, Adam will be 17th, and Med TC will be 18th. I always like it when Med's near the back because he has such a great drive for the first couple of laps. Getting through people. We'll try and actually get some of the overtakes. We will try not to miss as much as I sometimes do. Leighton from the back as well, though. That's a good race. He was pressing Jensen, and we've got some for the sprint. Stephen, you can go back to sleep. No, it would make for a good race. I think 10 laps of just speed and. I mean, there's a slight chance, but Chris is going to have a good race, or in one of the races, Chris is going to be decent. He's got a good starting position for a sprint. If he has a good start and just keeps it steady, I think he'll be roughly where he is again for the feature, and from there is not too bad. Right, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're away. And we will go on board with someone further back. It looked like that GFO G-Max got a bit of a jump on Jensen. They're both on the medium tyres as well. I'll get that up. David Enchu has gone in front of Tom. There's Will banging. I think Chris has just gone round actually, side by side with someone else there. Chris has gone round. We'll see if everyone else got through it okay. I think Liam's lost out in a few places as well. But Chris, Pelly's disqualified. I'm not sure why. There's a yellow flag sector 1. That would probably be because of Pelly. I don't know where Pelly's gone or why he moved. Med TC's just moved up 2 places. Hold on. Med TC has moved up from 18th place to 7th place. In a sector and a car. That is unbelievable. Chris Stapps and Sean Larry are going side by side. I will go to the front actually because these guys are within a tenth of each other. Jensen's got a mad run there on Tom, but he couldn't get past. Tom just moved out slightly. We'll go to tyres, make sure no one has. Someone is on side. Adam had to be one, didn't it? So Adam's starting on soft. We'll see if he can make moves. He should be able to for the first probably 7-6 laps. He's got past, in fact he's got past Chris Stapps, and Chris Stapps is pitting, so's Clarkey, so they've both got an issue. So's Liam. I thought Liam had issues as well. Leighton's had the box as well. Clarkey got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Mr. Rager's got past JN Tech there. Quite easily. He looked like quite far back actually, did JN Tech. He's got Sean Larry. Oh, he's miles off. I don't know if he's got damage. It looked like he couldn't turn. It's not giving me the greatest of camera. He looks like he's got a full wing there, but might just be slightly yellow. We'll go back to these three at the front though. So everyone apart from Adam started on that soft. Few have boxed here from Chris, that's down. Chris Allen got someone tapped wheels with Chris at the start as well. MedTC's making massive gains. He's already up by 12 places from the back. We're only on lap 2. I think he made 10 places in the sector. I think he had a start that I usually have. Good to see these three at the front though. They're still within DRS of each other. They've just got out of GFO G-Maxes, so I don't know if he'll have DRS this lap. He has just slightly got back into it. You need to teach yourself to use higher gears. If I tried to match anything like these guys, it wouldn't work out. MedTC is now in the DRS of Macho there as well. They're both on GFO G-Max. Remember, there's only 10 laps of this, so we're already a third of the way through pretty much. As we go through this sector, we're exactly a third of the way through, so the ones who have had the box, I do feel sorry for. When you have to box in a 10-lap race, it's not great. I don't think anyone's close enough here to make a move. Oh, and David Enshaw almost lost it there. He did well to hold it. I think Tom might be able to get past him here. He's going to send one up the inside into this horrible right-handed corner. They did it pretty well there, actually. They'll take it side by side going into the next one as well. Oh, and it looked like David Enshaw almost lost the car there. But I think he was, he got a bit lucky. I think Tom's car straightened him out and he managed to keep it. That fight, though, has definitely let these guys in behind. GFO G-Max is now caught up. He's within DRS. Macho's not, but MedTC's right behind him with it as well. Rob Wills has moved up to 10th, which is good for him. Adam's still doing okay on his soft compound, but he's got no one around him at the moment. Chris will get past RJS, possibly. He's 3 seconds behind. GFO G-Max and Jensen were going side by side through the someone lost wing in the top 4. Jensen's not got an M plate, so he's missing an M plate on his right hand side, which is why he slowed down quite a bit. Leighton's doing fastest lap things, and Chris has got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings on lap 4. He's actually binned it. Chris has completely lost it. There's a yellow flag sector 1, 2 and 3. That's probably brought out safety car. We'll try and find his car off of Chris Stapps' camera going around this corner through sector 1. And then it disappears when we try and find it. So maybe not a safety car, I'm not sure. It's annoying that it doesn't say. I guess people won't box. I think it might just be a VSC there. No, it is a safety car. Stephen, the only one you can ask is him. I feel like he might have a better race from 17th than he will from... Rob's just sped in the pit lane. Rob, silly thing to do. Rob should box. Rob has boxed and he's just got himself a 5-second penalty. Rob doing Rob things, David, it's all good. So a few of them didn't want to box. I mean, this safety car is probably going to be out for 2 laps. This lap and the next one. Even the guys at the back who were on that is soft, they're pitting again. Chris Stapps just sped in the pit lane. Rob will be the only one with a time penalty as well, I believe. Which is not going to help him if there's only 3 laps left after the safety car goes in. We'll go to position changes. So MedTC is, I mean, he was up 10 places through the first lap, and he's up 12 now. He's on a soft compound. Jensen boxed for a new wing, probably. Jensen now has M plates on both sides, so yes, Jensen has a new wing. So these guys are going to definitely want it. Rob might be in a good place here. If he's behind Med and Jensen, he might feel, yeah, I can get through with them guys on this tyre. He's got Mr. Rage behind him. Could he? The problem now, Shiv. He would lose out to probably at Adam's box. Yeah, he'd probably lose out to Adam. The way that safety car's going that slow through that last corner as well. Look how fast they're going to catch up. He hasn't though. I think he can see that, and he sees that Kristaps is definitely going to catch up. He would probably have passed him. These guys haven't got a delta, do they? Rob's had actually left the session, so I will send him an invite quickly. Kristaps has reboxed. Oh, this is so confusing. Rob is there. Invitation sent. Let me know if you can get in. If you can't, I'll try again. Kristaps reboxed anyway. He's going to serve his 5-second penalty. Safety car probably will be in at the end of this lap. Rob will hopefully get back in his car. Did Rob get his invite? I shall try one more time just in case he didn't. In fact, I think he just sat in his car. Is that ghosted? No, Rob's back in, that's good. Hopefully his wheel hasn't gone light. I know they slightly go light, he says, when he rejoins. But like I said, he's behind Jensen and Med. They're going to want to make a charge on that soft compound. He's got to follow him through and try and keep Rage behind for at least a couple of laps and try and get in front of some of these who are on the mediums. Safety car will not be in this lap. Kristaps did not catch up in time, so it will be a 3-lap sprint at the end, I think. Or 4 laps. 3 laps at the end. oh, what's that? Rob's going to get rid of his penalty. So because the safety car is doing another lap, he just felt it's probably right just to come in and get rid of that penalty. Problem is, though, he's just lost out on 6 places. So, yeah, 6 places. Can he get them back? Will it affect him too much? I mean, he's going to get points if he finishes, so I guess he's happy with that. We'll see him make a big charge now, though. Adam's now got a bit of pressure though around him with a few others, but you see if Jensen can possibly get past Med. These guys, it's not going to be easy anyway. These guys are on these mediums. Yeah, he probably did. There might be a little bit of wheel banging through these last 3 laps as we'll get rid of the safety car. Stephen's woken up for this. I think this is what David was here for. He loves a bit of bit of sprint towards the end. Safety car is in this lap. Tom will be leading it, followed by David Enchu. In fact, we'll go to there's other ways to overtake Stephen. No one's got penalties now, so everyone is penalty free. You can see the top 7 are on their 6-lap-old mediums. The others are on softs. David's got it. Safety car in this lap. We'll probably won't go from Tom, actually. Might even flick to one of these soft runners. We'll see when Tom goes, though, compared to the rest of the field. No one's getting too close to each other, which is pretty good. He hasn't gone yet, actually. I think he's going to wait. He's waiting until really near the line, and that hasn't helped a few of these other guys behind. Jensen and MedCC had to let off. You can see how many people are just going to fire past Jensen because he had to let off. He did get clipped the back there and possibly squeeze Mr. Rage out, but that did not help him. Clarkey had a massive run there as well. Go to the front, see if there's anything happening at the moment. David Enshu and Thomas at the front, GFOG Max and Macho behind. JNTEX is there. Something's happened to RJS. He's getting absolutely swamped by people on the soft compound. He's already lost out on 3 places. Could be 4, maybe. I was going to say maybe 5. Mr. Rage did a very nice overtake there, actually. So he has got Liam all the way over the back of him. So Clarkey's moved up to 6 now in front of Sean Larry. He's going to can't keep the inside. GFOG Max can't make any moves as of yet. He's still sitting behind. So Clarkey's the first of these soft runners to break it through that gap. Mr. Rage has got 3-second time penalty. That will not help him. Clarkey's going to send one on JNTEX here. Yeah, it looked alright actually. He's on that softer compound. He could have broke later, and MedTC's going to try and get past here now as well. JNTEX has left him a big gap. He's going to have to go around the outside into the last corner, which he can't. Still got Jensen behind him as well. I don't know if any of these guys are going to make moves. There's only 2 laps left. I think there'll only be one of DRS, Sean Larry and Mr. Rage. JNTEX has been done by MedTC there. He's pushed through now on that soft compound. And so is Jensen. He's done up the inside as well. Jensen's going to send a big one on MedTC there as well. And he's going round, and I do think that was a little bit late there, but Adam's going around as well. Adam's been caught up in something, so that's 2 people around Jensen and Dixie there going round. Mr. Rage is all over the back of JNTEX here. He's going to go up the inside. JNTEX has lost out on only 2 spots. 2 spots at the moment. But he does have Liam trying to close down as well. As we go on to the last lap though, Tom's pretty much pulled away. Last quarter. Oh, don't think that was him. I think that might have been just a bit of a glitch my end. But he's going to go on to the last lap, 2.5 seconds in front. Macho is all over the back of David Enshu here, but he does have himself a penalty. So I think David Enshu is going to be covered by that because GFOG Max won't be able to keep up here. Clarkey is not, they've all got DRS, so it's not going to be easy to catch up. Liam and Kristaps are going side by side as well. In fact, Kristaps is up the inside. Jensen flies through on Rob there as well. David Enshu and Macho are side by side through the whole of the first sector. Oh, David Enshu's hit the wall. He didn't, MedTC's got through on GFOG Max as well. Clarkey's moved up to 3rd here. He could potentially win this unless Tom's got a massive gap at the front actually. It doesn't matter if Tom's penalty is only 3 seconds because he's got a 4-second gap to car 2. But I think Clarkey here and David Enshu will possibly take 3rd as we see. Who's that on? That was GFOG Max on a medium compound. He absolutely flew through that sector. He's got MedTC all over the back of him with DRS as well. Clarkey, I don't think will be able to make a move on Macho going into this last corner. GFOG Max has done brilliantly to hold up some of these soft runners. The move he just made on David Enshu and that was pretty decent as well. Tom's just won this though. Macho's going to finish 2nd on the road but be moved to 4th. GFOG Max has got 3rd in the sprint. Clarkey gets 2nd. That was good from those 2 in the end. They managed to keep up. GFOG Max stayed on his medium and so did Tom. Clarkey, he had a great start, seeing as Jensen and I think MedTC both had to back off. They overtook the car before the line, so they had to give the position back. And Clarkey absolutely flew through on both of them, so he definitely had a better restart. MedTC driver of the day from the... it doesn't matter, I don't think, from the sprint. I don't think that matters. So anyway, Tom finished 1st, Clarkey 2nd, GFOG Max was 3rd, MedTC 4th, Macho's 5th, David Enshu 6th, JNTEX is 7th. That's not a bad finish from him in the end. Sean Larry was 8th, Mr. Rage 9th, RJS 12 was 10th, so he's going to pick up possibly last point. I think it's only top 10 they give. Kristaps 11th, Jensen was 12th in the end, Liam 13th, Rob was 14th, Adam will be 15th, Leighton 16th, Chris Allen 17th, and Pelly, who did not move, will be 18th. He should be back, I think, for this. I didn't see anything anywhere, but yeah, Chris at the back with Leighton again. That's going to be interesting. Pelly's there with them. Jensen will be 12th, so that's not a great starting position for him. He's going to have to make some big moves off the start. And we've got rain, and it's probably going to be full wets. Oh dear. I'd ask for predictions, but this could be anyone's race. David, to your answer, it could happen. You could see a P0 winner here. Anything can happen in the rain. Overtaking's going to be maybe a little bit more difficult. Obviously, out of the train, it's going to be not easy without DRS. We will go in 30 seconds, though. I don't think there's a formation lap again, so we will try and get all the information up straight away. Hopefully, this breaks to some sunshine, though, because maybe it might go wets into or wet straight to. We'll see. If it's full wets for the whole race, though, we can blame Rob. Good luck, guys. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're away. And MedTC straight away. There's got a penalty. I'm not sure why. Drive-through penalty. MedTC has shot the start, but he's lost out on a lot of places at the same time. That looked cleaner going through turns 1 this time as well. There's slight contact between Jensen and Mr. Rage. He's already moved up 2 places, has Jensen. He's going to be on the outside, though, going into turn 3. See how Macho might have just been in front there. Sector 1, 2, and 3 is the yellow flag. I don't know what this is. This might be some... This has got to be some wing. Someone's got to have lost some wing out of all that. Looked like the front 5, they had a pretty good start, actually. MedTC had that drive-through. I don't know what happened. If he, I mean, usually if you get a drive-through, you pull off before anyone else and you would go through him, but I think he lost about 4 places in that already. Jensen's moved up 2. We will get all this up. Jensen's moved up 2. Kristaps has moved up 3. He's had a pretty good start. Obviously, they're going to be on all 4. They're all on wets. No one's on the inter tyre. It says Tom has a drive-through as well. He's just sped under the VSC. Oh, and the VSC's just ended. So our race leader at the moment, who was Tom, he has a drive-through penalty for braking Delta. It wasn't a safety car. I thought it might have been, but no, it was a... Oh, and he's gone deep and he's on the gravel, which isn't going to help him. That's going to compromise his line going through the next corner. He's been slightly tagged with his teammate as well. I think he's just struggling for a bit of traction here. It depends when he goes for his drive-through as well. So he's going to go for his drive-through now. GFO G-Max has gone through as well. We'll make sure everyone got through pretty safely off that. MedTC's boxed as well. He's going to get rid of his drive-through. So straight away people are getting rid of their drive-through. We'll go to JNTEX. He might... I thought he was possibly going to make a move, but he didn't look close enough in the end after that corner. Macho's almost gone into the back of GFO G-Max there, and JNTEX finds himself up into 3rd place here. David Enchu and Macho here going side by side. Macho just sits in behind, but then gets a better run, so he's going to have the inside into this right-hander. He's gone through anyway. David Enchu's then just sat back, but JNTEX there almost went sideways and he lost control, so he's lost the space to... Oh, Macho almost went. JNTEX almost went as well at exactly the same time. There's a yellow flag, sector 2. I can't see. There's another... There's a safety car, and that's Mr. Rage out. And try and find his car off of meds. But Mr. Rage is out. There was a lot going on there between JNTEX. He moved down to 6th in the end. He lost out to Sean Larry as well. Mr. Rage's car wasn't there, so we couldn't see the damage. Clarkey finds himself in first here after the drive-throughs. I'll tell you what, though, the fact that MedTC and how's Pelly? All right, MedTC and Tom had their drive-through. They've got rid of them now, and I guess at least they're still with the pack. Straight away after there was a oh, it must be a VSC. There's no safety car. So yeah, Clarkey finds himself in second here, first, sorry, by a good 2.2 seconds to GFOG Max. Macho's up in third. Adam's got a drive-through for speeding under the VSC. That was ending again, and Adam got pinned this time, so he's got a drive-through back in 14th. That is not going to help him. Not right now, anyway. Jensen and JNTEX going side by side. Jensen trying to go low. Oh, JNTEX almost lost it. He managed to hold it, so he's not doing too bad. He just needs to relax and get into a bit of a... He's got a good pace here, so he just needs to get into a rhythm. Don't worry about too many people around him. Chris is having a good start as well. In fact, Chris has had a great start. Gentex might have a bit of damage. I'm not sure, because his straight line speed is lacking a little bit. Christop's right behind, didn't really know where to put his car going down there, but Chris might be able to do both of these. In fact, I think JNTEX has just gone off into the gravel. He might have had an issue because he couldn't turn properly, and Chris gets past Christop's there quite easily and nicely. So big gains for Chris. Obviously, everyone's on that wet tyre. No one's got a penalty apart from Adam's got a drive through. He'll have to wait for that. Chris is already up 10 spaces. Jensen's up 6 as well. He's had a good start. Sean Larry finds himself, we'll go from the start. Clarkey's up 1 in first. GFOG Max is up 1 in second. And he's got a nice bit of a gap back to Macho there, who's up 2 in third. David Enchu's up 2 into fourth. Sean Larry is the closest person, I think, to someone. He's up in 5th. He's up 3. Jensen's moved up 6. Chris is up 10. He just wants to try and... He's in a good space already. He's in 7th. He's in a good space. He's got that gap behind of a second back to Chris Stats. Liam's right behind him. Liam's almost gone sideways there. He's going to lose a little bit of time. In fact, Chris Stats almost lost it as well. Leighton's up into 10th. He's moved up 6. Gentex has lost 4 places. I think he might have a slight bit of damage. Rob there, he's not doing too bad. He's in 12th, he's up 2, but he does have Tom all over the back of him. In fact, I think he's just let him through. It's probably wise. Tom is he's in a different class at the moment. Tom, who had to box because of a drive-through, he's making moves as well. So is MedTC down in 15. That's why those guys are both down 11. Pelly's up 2. I think he might have got caught up in that turn 1 incident, but he's back there with Adam again. He might just not like the rain at the moment. Clarkey's maintaining his gap out front though, 1.7 seconds. It does look like it's well, I think the cloud's slightly clearing. I mean, the faster times are coming in now. Macho 1:33.2 there at the moment. He's caught 1:32.9 from Chris. MedTC got past Rob there as well. Rob's got RSJ all over the back of him. We'll see if he can... Oh, Rob Patel. I don't know what happened to Rob there. I think he just outbroke himself slightly, but he's lost another space there. Macho's got within that second gap, but without DRS, it's not going to be easy. Sean Larry's doing well. He's staying on the back of David Enchu here, and Jensen only 4/10 behind. He's gained on him, but it's very hard to get. Oh, Liam's out. Something's happened to Liam. Liam's in the wall. And I think that Adam might be stuck behind the safety. No, actually, he shouldn't be stuck behind the safety car. Adam surely is allowed to... Oh, he was waiting for it to... He wasn't going to let what happened to Rob in Baku happen to him. He waited for the safety car to move and then he overtook it. Anyway, Liam's out. I think there was contact though, because I saw a couple of cars next to each other. Leighton possibly was... I think he was near the incident anyway, because he moved up a space. Tom's moved up now to 9th. He's moved up to 9th from that drive-through. I don't think anyone would box. There's no need. I guess now it might dry up. It looks like it will dry up eventually. I know there's another 24 laps of this, so... Oh, and who was that? It was JMTEX flying past. And he did hit Tom. Interesting. Anyway, that's the first time penalty. He can get it removed if he wants to. This safety car probably will be out for at least 3 laps because you've got Adam who's a minute and something back. He's in sector 3, bless him. He's having a good race. He's already... Actually, no, he's not. He's lost a place. But he's still racing, which is good. He's down in 16th. I know it's been only 5 laps, but we've had 2 VSCs and a safety car, so... Only 5 laps. Obviously, the rain slows down the track a hell of a lot. Chris has moved up into 7th now. He's up 10 places. He's still behind Jensen, so he's in a good place there. He's got... I know Tom's moved up into 9th. That'll be his worry, I think. A couple of laps into the restart. But I don't think he needs to push anything here yet at the moment, because obviously things are happening. Anything can happen. I think we need to keep an eye on Jensen under a safety car this time. No, it's hard for these guys in the rain, but I reckon they'll be alright on the restart. It shouldn't be too hard. Adam's really struggling to keep up there. Jane takes his box. He's going to get rid of his 5 seconds. Yes, he is. He's going to get rid of his 5-second penalty. That moves Rob up to 12th. RJS did get past him in the end. He went slightly wide at turn 1, so it's not often Rob outbreaks himself either. Pelly's just reboxed as well. He's staying on the wet tyre, but I think he had a few issues. Oh, he stopped twice actually, so everyone's still on the wets. I say it looked like it was going to dry up. It actually looked like it's raining more now. Mr. Ray just left the session. He was out anyway. Adam might even catch up this lap. I don't know if it'll be in time, but he'll definitely catch up at some point soon. Hopefully before the safety car goes in. So most games at the moment, Chris, he's moved up 10 places from 17th to 7th. Jensen's from 12th to 6th. Tom's only down 8 because he got a drive-through under the... We've had 3 people actually get a drive-through under the virtual safety car. We also had Med TC who got a drive-through off the starting line. He just jumped the lights. In fact, Adam hasn't caught up as quickly as I thought he would. There will be another lap of the safety car. Pelly will have caught up by then, so will Adam, so... Actually, it looks like it's raining worse now than it was at the start. Pelly's going to rebox. Adam's going to stay out, so Adam will pass Pelly. They should both catch up at the end of this lap anyway. On that note, I'm going to just grab something to eat, guys. I will be back shortly.
Rob's out. All I just saw there, it come up with Leighton and has got a 5-second penalty for hitting Rob, and now Rob's DNF'd. Oh dear. Oh dear. I wonder if safety car is in this lap, by the way. We're just going to wait for Clarkey to start. Everyone's caught up, but that's a shame. Let me... Clarkey had a great start there. GFO G-Max did not have a good start, really. 1.6 seconds down. Leighton's gone in the pit. He obviously broke his wing on contact. Tom got through on Chris Stats as well. Oh, and almost lost the car. He's trying to keep it straight. A hell of a save. It's a brilliant save, that is. These guys are doing very, very well in the rain. This ain't... It looks like it's just getting wetter and wetter out there, to be honest with you. Oh, Rob's car slowed down and he has no idea why, which is why I think Leighton then hit him. Kelly's just got through on RJS as well. Racing and discussing. Yeah, they're alright. Depends if you flick full traction on or not. Jensen's taking his time anyway. Still in 6th. Chris is still in 7th, which is good. Tom's not caught up as much, but they've got a good 3-second gap back to Chris Stats in 9th there. Med TC is... just couldn't get past when Tom did. Oh, Stephen, I've got squares here for you. There's a yellow flag, sector 1, 2 and 3, and that is another safety car, and that is that Leighton out? Leighton's out. So Leighton... squares. It's a chocolate square thing called squares. It's basically Rice Krispies and chocolate all smashed into one square rectangle. Anyway, another safety car there, so I think we're up to two safety, possibly 3 safety cars now, I think, and 2 VSCs, so that might be boring. It's not very nice, Stephen. Leighton's left second, that's fine. Med TC was at the back there as well. Anyway, I'm enjoying myself with them, so that's all that matters really, doesn't it? Metro is a penalty hit. Oh. I see the penalty. It's only a 3-second for Macho, so with 19 laps left, I don't think he's very... he's not going to be too bothered at the moment with that, depending on how these guys get on. I mean, we haven't really had many laps of racing. I think we may have maxed out the yellow safety car and VSC now. What about corn, David? Do you like corn? Clarkey's still in first, he's having a good race at the moment. GFO G-Max is in second. Macho's in third with a 3-second time penalty. David Enchu's in fourth. Sean Larry's in fifth. Jensen's still back in sixth there. Chris Allen is seventh. Tom's moved up to eighth. Kristaps is in ninth. JNTX is 10th. Pelly is 11th. RJS is 12th. Dixie Adam is 13th. In fact, he is now up 2 places. So yes, he is having a good race. And MedTC isn't, but he's had his own issues, I believe. So hopefully he can try and get back through some of these guys into that top. Probably looking for at least top 8 here if he can. Should be in this lap though, I believe. This is Clarkie's second restart. I've also got an Aero chocolate bar and a Kit Kat for you, Stephen. I know you like a Kit Kat. We'll see when Clarkie goes this time. Last time it was a bit late and it confused a few people and a few of them got done by it. So we'll see how he gets on this one. Trying to keep warmth in these tyres isn't easy in the rain. In fact, GFO Max hasn't kept up with him at all here. Clarkie's gone. I think he's nailed that because the safety car was close to that. He's got 1.8 seconds on him this time. I think it was 1.4 last time, so he's gained another 4/10 out of this. Jensen's got 3-second time penalties for multiple warnings. Outbraking possibly and going deep. Is that Adam and MedTC who have had an incident? Adam and MedTC around, so something's happened there, possibly between them. Macho and GFO G-Mac. Macho's getting past him right now. I think he has to. Is that David Enchu behind has sent it on him as well, and he's got through as well. Great move by David Enchu. Chris Allen picks up a 3-second time penalty there. GFO G-Max just lost out on 2 spaces there, but he's going to send out the inside of David Enchu here. David Enchu's backed off already, just to sitting behind. And then he's outbroke himself and gone way. He's gone off track. I don't know if he's given the place to Jensen. Jensen almost collected him in the back. Who's that? David Enchu. Sean Larry got past there and Jensen snuck through as well, but that was very close there between those guys. Chris is still doing alright. He's still back in 8th. In fact, he's going neck and neck with Tom here, which is pretty good of him. And Tom, I think, maybe thought he was in front, but they were side by side going into that, and they've both been collected there. I don't know if Tom slightly went in front of him, thinking he was fully past. GFO G-Max has got a 3-second time penalty. Stuff's definitely happening now after that safety car. GFO G-Max has lost a place to Macho in all this. Chris is now at the back with Adam there. MedTC's at the back there with Tom. Sean Larry's found himself in 4th. Jensen's now back up into 5th, but he's got a time penalty as well. Well, Sean Larry can keep himself clean here and stick with these front 2 for the last, well, for the second, we're not even halfway through this race yet. For the second half of this race, he'll do very well out of this. I don't know if anyone's close enough to make a move. JNTX is still in this. So is Kristaps. They are running 7th and 8th at the moment. Just swapping positions there. You can see JNTX has looked like a lot more. That's not Chris, is it? Chris is in a wall. Sector 2. I think that might go green. Chris will still keep going. Yeah, it is. So David Enchu's got a 4-second gap on JNTX there. There's a bit of a gap formed back to the Alfa Romeo there. But he is holding up a few people. Tom and Macho's fastest lap of 1:32.9. Tom and that will want to probably try and catch up now as quickly as they can, and anything can still happen in this race. I mean, like I said, we're not even halfway through it yet. Don't see anyone close enough to be making moves though. This is the only problem. I know people catch up in the end, but there's just a bit of a gap. Clarkie's doing a very, very good job at the moment. He's been in front for about 8 laps. There's a yellow flag, sector 3. That is Chris, and that is in the pits. Sean Larry's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. That is not now going to help him. Saying he could try and stick with these guys, not get a penalty, but 4 out of the top 5 now have a penalty. Clarkie must be loving this at the moment. First with no penalty. All 4 of the guys behind him all have a 3-second time penalty. David Enshue's going to be a bit happy as well if he sits on with these guys. He can definitely clear at least 3 of them by the end. Everyone's still on the wet tyre as well, no one's changed. Remember guys, if there's anything you want to know, just ask, I'll flick it up. I wasn't sure if there was an issue there with GFO GMAX, but they lost their place out there to Sean, Larry and Jensen's all over the back of him now as well, so see if Macho can get a better run than Clarkie out of the second last corner. He's definitely caught right back up. He's going to have a better run. Clarkie's going to squeeze him slightly, but oh, it looks like the Macho couldn't actually. A bit of wheel banging. He has got through though, and he's got past. See if Clarkie can just hold on to the back of him. Remember, he's got a time penalty here. They're only 3 seconds. They're 3 seconds in front of Sean Larry as well. So it's starting to form a little train behind him as well. Yeah, lag looked a bit dodgy, didn't it? As long as the stream continues, we are in a better place than we were for the last 3 weeks. It might be theirs, to be honest. I'm not sure. It might be mine. Sean Larry now finds himself up into 3rd. GFO GMAX lost that place with them. Jensen is sticking with it in 5th. David Enshue's just behind in 6th here as well. 6 seconds back, you've got JN Tex, who's pretty much on his own. He's got a 3-second gap back to Kristaps behind him, who's being hounded by Pelly, Med TC. In fact, a move may be being done here at some point by one of these two. Med TC is literally pushing Pelly around these corners. Just how much throttle did he dare put down? Pelly's on the grass there, that's not going to help him. I think Med TC will be able to get through here quite easily. We want to try and close down to JN Tex now if he can. Tom's still having issues. In fact, he's almost lost it and put it in a wall as well. Adam's doing alright. He's just cruising around in 13th. He's doing alright. Closest thing we are battle at the moment we're having though is between these guys. Macho's pulled off a 2nd on Clarkie already, so he's starting to make a move now. Sean Larry, they took a 2nd out of those two. Clarkie's just picked up a 3-second time penalty, so that's not going to help him. Kristaps is around last corner. I don't know if there was contact, but There may have been some sort of contact with someone. There's only a yellow flag, so we're still going. Gentek's now up into 7th. He's doing a pretty good job to keep the car going as well. Tom's just done a 1:32.1. Back there in 12th. I think he'll still move up. He'll be able to catch maybe Chris Stats up to Chris Stats. 10 seconds there. Sean Larry's took another half a second out of Clarkey, so maybe these guys just swap round. Sean Larry's now dragging them along a little bit faster, getting them back up to Clarkey here. David Entry at the moment, he's found himself in a little bit of a well, he's dropped outside of these front guys by a couple of seconds, but someone's just boxed actually. Who's that? Is that GFOG Max who's gone in the box? I wonder what tyre he's going to put on here. Did he have wing damage? Yeah, he hasn't had wing damage. He's put on a fresh set of wets here. Did David Enchu box as well? Yes, he did. David Enchu boxed behind him. Moves Med up to 6th and Pelly to 7th. Jay's now up to 5th. Where are they going to come out, actually? David Enchu came out in 9th. GFO G-Max came out in 8th and 9th there, so we'll go to Med TC's already swapped his tyre, and so has JN-Tech. So's Pelly actually, so front 4 on their original wets, 17 laps. JN-Tech is on his for 11. He's in 5th now, he's doing a good job there. Med TC is closing him in, but he's got 9 seconds gap to Jensen there in 4th. I wonder if any of these front guys will box yet, or they might. I can tell you now that it does look a lot drier than it was earlier. You can see slight little bit of cloud breakage there as well. Sean Larry's going to box. And so is Clarkey. They've both boxed. I wonder if some of these guys at the front are just holding out for an inter. Because you can see through Sector 1 there, you can see the brightness is coming through. There's not as many puddles either on the track. In fact, Clarkey and Sean Larry have both put the inter on. So it was the right time to swap. Or possibly, I don't know. It depends how they get on. They come out in front of GFOG Max. Oh, someone's gone around there. No, they haven't. GFOG Max just snuck in front of Sean Larry there. Clarkey has got a pretty good gap there to them guys. RJS has picked from 12th. He's moved to 13th. He's now on the intermediate tyre as well. His first lap on him I don't think is going to be great. Clarkey's not doing too bad of a job though at the moment. The thing is though, down this straight he is losing time to Pelly, and Tom's got past Sean Larry on his wet, so I don't know if the inters are going to come good for the next lap, but it looks like they're struggling at the moment. Like I said, Pelly's pulling away from Clarkey at the moment in 5th slightly. Med TC is very, very close to JN-Tech. Jay got slightly on the grass there. I think Med's good. Oh, JN-Tech's his box. Med's going to go around the outside. He's going to go up in 3rd place. Pelly's boxed as well. I does not like that, does it, that box? It looks... Macho's box. He's now in 2nd. He wasn't... He's got a 3-second time penalty for that. He has come out in front of Clarkey, though. by quite a distance, 2 seconds there, and Clarkie's overshot that corner, so that's not going to give him the best run into the next one. Maybe some of these on the wet are just holding it out a bit. I mean, it might clear up completely, but is Macho closing in on Med though? We'll find out. Clarkie was the one who was on that tyre the lap before. Everyone now is on inters apart from the front two and 5th, 6th and 7th. Yeah, calm down please guys. David. Oh, it's near the pit. I don't know why. As long as the stream doesn't cancel like it has done the last couple of weeks, then we should be alright. There's still 9 laps left of this. We're only 2/3 of the way through. We'll see if Jensen's box. Jensen's going to get off his wet tyre. He don't want to be on that anymore. See if Med TC also... He's got 12 seconds. I mean, he's continued. So Med's going to carry on. He's got a... Jensen's going to come out possibly in front of Clarkie, maybe. Turn one's not going to be nice for Jensen, so Clarkie might be able to get through here. He just touched Jensen. He's got 2 Ferraris right behind him as well, which won't help. They're going to split and go either side. There's that GFO G-Max is going on the left. Tom's going to sneak through, possibly. No, Tom sneaked through on... he's got wheel-to-wheel slight with Clarkie there. And Tom's got through. Tom's got through 2 of them, and he's on that wet compound still. It definitely is probably the time to swap over, but Tom's made a brilliant move there on both Clarkie and GFO G-Max. What's less than ideal? Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant by Tom, that. What's not ideal, Stephen? Macho slightly catching up Med TC. GFO G-Max still on that wet tyre. In fact, he's got the grass, he's going around, he's hit the wall. No, he hasn't. Wow, okay. Maybe it's this last sector. Something's definitely not right. I know it's lag, I've just seen. I realised when he... I'll just keep it on this angle and we'll go from there. Med TC stayed out for another lap anyway. Macho's 1.4 behind him. There's a big gap back to Jensen, who he's boxed, so he's on a fresh inter. He's just done his first out lap as well, so he'll probably be trying to hopefully pull away from Tom. But Tom's on that wet, and it looks like it's still the best tyre this wet. GFO G-Max and Clarkie's got back through on him there. Split of tyres is pretty good here. I mean, TC's still moving away from Macho slightly. It's another 2/10 he's gained in sector 1 and 2. Tom's a lot closer to Jensen now. He's gained 3/10, so maybe it was a little bit early to flick onto the intermediate tyre. Tom going to make a move? I don't think he will. It's not long enough down to that little gap there, so he's just going to sit behind. Macho has now gained a bit of time there. He's gained 4/10 on Meds. GFO G-Max is still behind Clarkie, so... And they're still followed by David Enshu. Sean Larry's found himself in 8th here. Macho's on a 1:30.8. That's on the inter, so maybe now is the time. I mean, that's his 3rd lap. He's close 4/10 in that, so I think... Unless Med might have had an issue, or it might literally be inters now. But then Tom's still all over the back of Jensen on a wet tyre, so it doesn't really make too much sense here. David Enshu's keeping up with GFO Max, who's right behind Clarkie as well. Like I said, Sean Larry finds himself in 8th. J&Tex is in 9th here. Pelly's 10th. Adam's still in this. He's in 12th. He's only just behind RSJ there. And Kristaps is still going around in 13th. But most of these are now on the inters. This is slightly annoying now, this lag, because it looks like it's getting a lot worse, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's not great at all. We'll just sit on Kristaps while I try and sort this out. There's not much I can really do because it's the signal. I can remove that from there. That looks slightly better. We'll go back to the front with this race. MedTC still holding off Macho, but Macho now on that Inter is definitely caught up. Tom's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. In fact, Macho's going to go up the inside of Med here. That Inter now is definitely the better tyre to be on, because you can see Tom's lost half a second to Jensen there as well, who's in third. I wonder if MedTC here is going to go to the end. He's done 14 laps, but he can probably do another 5. It's just how much time is he going to lose? It's the weather. I'll blame the weather. I can't even see outside, Stephen. The cars aren't just getting about though, so it's fine. Yeah, I think MedTC will stay out here. He's probably going to try and hold off Jensen. We'll go to penalties actually, because we're nearer to the end of this race. Fastest lap at the moment is Jensen on that medium tyre. Everyone in the top 6 has 3 seconds. David Enchu's in 7th with none, which is decent from him at the moment. Clarkie's having a pretty decent race. He led for most of this, but I think he just got caught up when he did his pit stop. He got caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Tom's carried on as well. Yeah, these guys on the wets, I think guys on the wets are probably going to go to the end. I don't know if it will dry up enough. It might dry up enough for them. Jensen's caught up a hell of a lot to Med. In fact, he's just taken about 2 seconds out of him that lap. The yellow flag set to 1, that's someone round. Is that Tom? Tom's going round. He finds himself down now in 8th, which moves. Clarkie's moved up to 4th. GFO G-Max, I don't know what happened to him. He had a lot of pace at the start as well. He's on the wet compound, but the Inters have only really started coming into it now, and is that Tom again? Has he had another spin? Yeah, he has. Gentex has just snuck through there as well, so is Pelly. Pelly's still going around. They find himself up in 8th and 9th now. Good drive from both of them. Pelly just got a 3-second time penalty though for corner cutting, which isn't great. His yellow flag, that's still Tom. Yeah, it is. He's just having a few issues. Macho's pulled that gap to Med though on that Inter. That's down to that funny right-hander. Adam's got 3-second time penalty there. He's on Inters as well. Tom is on that wet. I don't know if he will box, but that might push Adam up a place. In fact, I think Adam's too far behind. Yeah, and the Inter, you can see David Entry's just been done there by Sean Larry. He's already 1.2 seconds behind. We'll keep on with Jensen. MedTC's lost another 1.5 seconds there to Macho. Jensen's caught up by about 6, 7, about a second actually. Looking at that, he's almost within a second. Clarkie's doing very well still to hold on to the back of the. I know he's 4.4 off, but he's had a pretty solid race. With 3 laps left, 3.5 laps left, so I need to try and figure out a driver of the day out of all this. I think Jensen will get past on Med here at some point as well. Is Tom just boxed, or Tom's just boxed? Tom's on the Inter. He finds himself 13th at the moment. This is the closest battle we have. In fact, Pelly's very close to the back of JNTech as well there. We'll flick to that after we see if Jensen can get past going into the start of the next lap. Those Jensen was on his outside. I don't think Med TC even thought he was going to be there, but he's just flown past. Clarkey might be able to catch these up. I mean, he's only 3 seconds behind. There's 3 laps left, so he's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Commentator's curse. Even if he does, I mean, he caught up 8/10 in that corner. I was going to say if he caught up, he would be all right, but I think he's all right from behind. GFO G-Max is 4.6 behind, so he's got that covered behind. But even if he passes Med now, I think his penalty is going to cost him that podium. Jensen 5.6 seconds behind Macho, who's, I mean, it's been a bit all over the place, this race. People have started in weird places. I mean, I think Med started, Jensen was 12th, Pelly was last, and he's up to 9th. He's had a pretty solid race as well. I know the safety cars have helped a few people, but Clarkey's had a solid race as well. He's still up in 4th, which is pretty decent actually. Everyone's under there. I mean, Adam RSJ and Adam's got Kristaps all over the back of him. We'll stay with this for a little bit. No one's really too close. Adam hasn't done too bad. He might find himself in the top 10 here. I don't know what penalties are around him. Jensen's done a 129.0. Pelly stopped 4 times and he's found himself up in 9th at the moment. That's pretty impressive. They were under a safety car though, I must say. See, Clarkey's now caught up within half a second of Med TC on that tyre, but I really do think that penalty might cost him here. He had a lap and a half to pretty much get past. Go on, Adam. Look, Stephen's woken up. He's got Kristaps all over the back of him. Clarkey is absolutely fired past Med there. Now he needs to try and break a 3-second gap if he can. It won't be easy. Really won't be. There's a yellow flag. That is one of the... Is that Kristaps? Kristaps is going round. So the fight between Adam, Kristaps and RJS has now disappeared as well. Tom was all over the back of him, get the right angle. I don't want to... Oh, Tom, that it did actually happen to Tom. That wasn't lag this time, so... Is Adam going to find himself in the top 8? No, he has to beat RJS on this last lap. We are on the last lap. Nacho is anyway. I don't think anyone will be close enough to make any moves. Sean Larry might be able to just tip GFO here with that tyre difference. This is for placement as well. If he can find 7/10 in the last lap here. These guys have done very well on their wets, so it's been pretty decent from them. Tom's just picked up a 3-second. That won't matter to Tom, I don't think, not being there. Macho though, he's controlled this since he got past Clarkey. Clarkey didn't make it easy for him though at any stage. And he's done pretty well actually to keep on to the back of Jensen here. I know he's pulled off 3 seconds, but he's had a pretty solid race. They have gone on to that last lap. Don't know if Adam can get closer to RSJ here, but Sean Larry's found 3/10, he's found 4/10. Don't think he can make moves here on GFO G-Max. He got pretty close. Anyway, Macho's going to win this by a good 6 seconds in the end. That was a pretty dominant drive from the end after he got past. Jensen's going to finish second here. Clarkey will take third. I think oh yeah, he did get past his penalty to to Med. So Clarkey will be taking third place. He managed to get a gap of 4.8 on the end to Med, who will finish fourth. GFO G-Max will be fifth. Sean Larry sixth. I think J&Tex will bring home seventh, and David Enchu eighth. Pelly was ninth. We'll see how Adam can get on through this last couple of corners if he can. I don't think he's miles behind. He won't be able to make any moves here, but RJS may have a wobble. He's going to have a brilliant last corner, is Adam, if he wants to... No. So RJS will finish 10th, I believe. Adam will be 11th. Tom will be 12th. And Chris Dutz will be 13th in the end. Tom just got fastest lap there of a 1:28.0. And I believe that's it. Very, very long race. It was a good race in the end between the wet and the inters. I didn't think that Clarkey was going to break that 1 point, the 3 second time penalty, the extra one that we got. Driver of the day goes to Jensen, who started 12th, ended up second. That's a good drive from him in the end. He just made a slight error in the sprint, which cost him a few places. So Macho will take, we'll go to main result. Sprint. Right, Metro will take first. Jensen second. Clarkey third. Med TC will be fourth. GFO G-Max will be fifth. Sean Larry sixth. J&Tech seventh. David Enchu eighth. Pelly ninth. RJS is 10th. Adam will be 11th. And my game just seemed to... shut that off. So we get down to Adam in 11th. I will finish that off. I'll find it. Adam was 11th. Tom was 12th. Christap's 13th. And then the people under him, they were DNF'd. I know one was Chris. Right, I will send an invite to the three who got the podium. We'll see what they thought of their races. I know Clarkey will be very, very happy with his, I think. Add, if I can. There's Jensen. There's Clarkey. Was it Macho? Yeah, it was. We'll see if anyone joins anyway, see if they can give us an insight to how they think that went. I think we maxed out on BSCs and safety cars, you know, I'm not sure, but Jensen's joined anyway. All right, buddy.
Hello.
I'll just give the others a minute or two to join and go from there. Unless you need to quickly go.
Yeah, I need to get an early note, so sure.
Yeah, we'll start with Jensen then, seeing as his first one here. Finished second in the feature. The sprint didn't really go the best of ways. I think you made a move which slightly too late, if you remember it.
Well, I got brake checked basically when Tom and David were fighting, and then David somehow just lost the car and just anchored on the brakes, and I was right there. I thought I could have got both of them maybe in a situation, but no, I lost my front wing and pitted for the softs under the safety car. Luckily enough, it was a safety car then. And yeah, probably a little bit over ambitious on Med TC. A little bit of a squeeze, but I was coming a bit hot, so I mean, I'm not too fussed with that. But
yeah, no,
yeah,
you
the
did
feature race
you did very well in the feature.
Yeah, it was like
I mean,
stormy
I think
conditions.
Med TC jumped the start, so he had a drive through. Two other people got a drive through under the VSC. I think one was Tom as well. You found yourself near the back at one point, I think, and moved up. But to start 12th and get second, you must be pretty happy with that in the end, though.
Yeah, it was good. I think overall I didn't have the pace so to challenge Macho or whoever was up the front. Um, I I had it possible to get my penalty removed until the final couple of laps. So in the end, it would only been one extra point, so it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm happy with the recovery because I thought I was just gonna go to absolute shit after the sprint because I thought I would not have made any moves at all, or not made to be able to make any progress in the rain. But obviously I can, and
Yeah, no,
I
you
think
you
staying out in the
definitely got
woods as
pace
well.
in the rain. Yeah, it
Very
did
lucky that
help.
I got ahead of Clarkey, just about staying out those extra 2 laps on the wets. Like I
Yeah,
paired it at
when
the perfect time.
I noticed when they went in their outlaps, obviously an outlap's going to be a bit slow with the tyre warm up these days, but they lost a good like 3 or 4 seconds in the end over 2 laps to the guys on wets. I think they boxed slightly a bit too early. When you seemed to box, it looked like when you'd done your first initial lap, it looked like the right time to swap over then because fastest laps kept changing between everyone on Inters. So, no, you did very well. Very good call towards the end to go on to Inters a bit later.
Yeah, congrats to Macho and Clarkey on the win in the podium. Macho's a bit of a Australia merchant, it seems, taking the last 2 wins
I think he's joined
around
actually. Yeah,
here.
he did join. Well, anyway,
But
Jensen,
at least he's
congratulations to
doing
you.
it. At least he's doing it without assist, though, which is nice to see how far he's going with that.
Mate, I didn't touch this game for 5 days. I jumped on, did 20 minutes of practice, and I
And
destroyed the
like,
competition.
yeah,
You see how we do it, man. That's the no assist.
Brilliant. Well, Macho, you won today. I guess it was everyone was a bit all over the place near the start. I think you managed to keep on the back of Clarkey for most of the race until I think you boxed the lap before him.
No, after.
The lap after, and that got you in front of him.
Well, I passed him on the track anyway, so.
Yes, you did. Sorry. Yeah, no. In the end, you did. Yes, you did. I mean, you went on to Inters as well, but as soon as you got past Clarkey, you kind of you just put your foot down, you got your head down, and you won by a good 6-7 seconds there. So you must feel pretty happy with the progress after the safety car.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like in the qualifying I had a lot of pace, but then I messed up the timing. I put my lap in way too early.
Yes, you did. You dropped down to 10th. I saw that.
Yeah, then on the sprint race I had a pretty decent race, but it wasn't a dry. I didn't really feel well competitive on the dry. Let's keep it like that. Then yeah, I don't know what it is with me, but with the penalties I just can't resist them, man. On the sprint race I had one, then on the main race I almost had two, but I didn't luckily. But yeah, I had a good start. Messina jumped it, or Matt TC jumped it. So I got past him, then I just tried to stay with them, and I noticed I had the pace over them, but yeah, overtaking the wet is so hard, and then
Yeah, I
when I
think you
finally
got.
got
Go on.
yeah, yeah, when I finally got past it, well, it made it a bit easier to drive away, and then yeah, the moment we had to go onto the inters was tough. I didn't really know where everyone was, what their tire was, what their pace was, and all that kind of things. So but I think I made a decent call. I got out
Yeah,
of
you stayed out a lap longer than the others, and I think that cost them in the end because David Enchu was right up there with you as well, and he boxed the lap that Clarkey did, and he come out in an absolutely horrible place. So
yeah, I
it
think
didn't help him. And seeing as the wets were still a bit faster when they both pit, it didn't help. They got, I think, they both got done coming out of the pits as well by a car that then went in the lap after. So that gave you a bit more breathing space, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think Jensen had it spot on. Like, I was behind Matisse. He was faster until Jensen boxed for those inters, and then when I finally passed him, he'd obviously drive away. Just take it easy, not make a stupid spin or something, and throw the race away.
Yeah, no, congratulations for winning today as well.
Yep, thank you.
I don't think Clarkie's going to join us, but over the whole thing, I kind of give him driver of the day. I think he finished third or possibly second in the sprint, and he did very, very well too. I mean, for the first two safety cars, he was in front leading, and I think it wasn't until he kind of messed up his pit stop that he dropped out and lost a few places. But I will give Clarkie driver of the day from Comsbox. Jensen, you got it from the game.
Something to make up for at least.
Yep, and Tom got fastest lap. So that was the Australian Grand Prix. Anyway, guys, I will be back next Wednesday, and I believe, I don't know if anyone will be here tomorrow, but we have a realistic sprint and feature race as well. If not, we will be back on Sunday for P0. And that is done.